And see, when I roll it, you can tell it's not going to go anymore. It's already a nice, even slab. Okay, this is sort of an old piece, so I'm just going to ignore that. Now I need to decide what to make. So let's say I just want to make a flower shape or a heart shape or something simple. I don't need these anymore, but I'm going to trim it. So I'll just do a heart since it's almost Valentine's. So I'm just going to very lightly draw out a heart shape. Very lightly. I don't want to push in yet because I want to make sure it's right. And then I can adjust it a little bit to make it just the way I want it. This is a pencil tool. It's not a real pencil, but it's just a piece of wood shaped like a pencil, and these are so great. So I used up most of my clay because I don't want to go tiny. So now I'm going to take my pencil tool. Can you see the lines I did? They're so light. Now I'm going to take my pencil tool and I'm going to push hard and just go along that line. So I'm trimming that extra clay away. See? And I'm going to come this way. You can see how I stop and go a different direction. That's okay to do too. Then I'm going to pull this away. I don't need this. Oh, I might need it, but I don't need it right now. But see all these little nuggets? We don't want that. So I'm very gently going to take my finger and smooth the edges. I'm not changing the shape. I'm not pushing too hard. I don't want to change the shape. I'm just going around the edge and smoothing it so it feels good on my finger, because you don't want a sharp edge. When this dries and I fire it, it's going to be hard, like a rock almost. And you don't want any bumpy, sharp edges. So that's why I'm just smoothing out any sharp bumps. Okay. And I can even pick it up. See that? And check for any other areas and leave it. So I'm not smushing it down. I don't want to go like this, and I don't want to, you know, have it paper thin. That's no good if it's paper thin. You got to have it a nice 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch thickness. That's about 1/4 inch, I think. So then you can start to add some details, some decorations. Maybe you write a word in there. If you do write words, you have to be very clear and concise, but you don't have to. So I'm going to just keep with this pencil tool, and maybe I'll just do some designs, and I'm just very lightly carving in. See, it's pulling off some clay. Very lightly going over. See, I'm getting more of those nuggets, so I want to keep those nuggets away. Maybe I'll do some patterns or some designs, and you can always draw this out first. I'm going to finish that. I'm just sort of going off the cuff. I'm just sort of going as with whatever I come up with. And I don't want any chunks falling off, but I do want those little nuggets out of the way. So that's what this tool is great for. Okay, maybe you do some different designs. We've been practicing different things, so different textures. So you could just draw them in there. You don't want to get scribbly, because if you get scribbly, it'll just look scribbly. Like, you don't want to do that, and you don't want to go that deep. That's too much, and it won't look like you were taking your time. It'll look like you rushed. So we want to take our time, think about what we're gonna draw on our shape. Maybe it's not a heart, maybe it's a fish shape, maybe it's a flower shape. Okay, so we're just gonna add some more textures and patterns. Get creative. Think about repeating shapes. I'm repeating some shapes and filling in empty space. Okay, so I'm not going to leave anything just blank and empty, and I'm not going to scribble it. I got to think about what I'm doing. I'm going to take my time and what shape could I use? What haven't I tried yet? Or what do I like? So That one got a little close to the edge. The goal is to make some textures, some designs in it, and get rid of the nuggets. Okay. It's just cool stuff. All right, so let's say I'm done, okay? And I can pick it up and I could just sort of dust off very gently, get those nuggets off. If you have any that are stuck there, pull them off, wipe them away. Okay, go over your lines again, make them nice and clean. But we're not making holes, except for one. If you want it to hang on the wall, you take your tool and find a spot. You don't want to go up too close to the edge, but I'm going to go right in here and just poke it through. See that? So it's not too close to the top. And I'm going to wiggle it around a little bit, open up that hole. Okay, so this hole, see the back? I'm going to smooth that out. This could hold a little nail in the wall, and you could hang it up on your wall. So it could be a wall hanging. Make sure when you turn it over, you smooth the back too. Get rid of that sharp edge. Write your name on it and your class code. Okay, so ask the teacher what your class code is, unless you're working from home. Then you don't need to worry about it. This could also be done with air dry clay, Model Magic, all that stuff. Once this one is fired, we'll get it back and we're going to glaze it. We're going to add some color onto it. Okay, so come up with the shape, and then we're going to, and then you roll out the slab, and then you add some texture, and then voila, you let it dry.